It's time for the AFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Baltimore. It's the Jets and the Ravens on Sunday night.
GA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it should be a great one, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Jackson now. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A first down there on a pickup of 25. They go play action now. Jackson. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But a short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
On 2nd down, Jackson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They go play action with Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Hassan Reddick drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
You know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Every possession in the postseason magnified, and look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
Xavier Gipson now from his end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Well, the Jets offense ready to take over, and they do so behind the now 40-year-old quarterback. He hit that milestone back on December the 2nd. Here is Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. This pass out wide to Hall. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there. And
there he goes, left side. All the way in. Touchdown, New York. Alan Lazard, 61 yards. And the Jets have taken the lead here in this AFC title game. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted them. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
2nd and a couple. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. Oh, nifty juke. Fighting through. He's got space. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are 1 game away from a Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got. And that's a heck of a run right there.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. Jackson. He finds his man complete. It's Flowers. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Now Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. It's a pickup of 6.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Jermaine Johnson there to bring him down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here's Edwards again on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Jackson to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 23. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And a short gain here down to the 22. C.J. Mosley, the former Raven, in there on the tackle.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking...
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Hassan Reddick. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, that he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
Now Hall to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
AFC title game, 2nd quarter action. 2 minutes to play. Now a play fake. Rodgers. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
And in the run-up to this championship game, so much was made about how would this offense hold up on the road in a hostile environment. Well, that's not the definitive answer, but what a great first answer from them, that big play right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Down the sideline he goes. Breece Hall. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, 56 yards. And the Jets are able to add on to that lead. Of course, he's fresh off the Offensive Player of the Week in the AFC, and what a game it was last week, and a long touchdown run right there.
He and his offensive line, the receivers blocking downfield, they're all in sync right now. Could carry him to a second straight Player of the Week award.
Zerline now for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Ravens ready to take over.
Right now, they're in some uncharted waters, Charles. They haven't been facing deficits like this season. We're going to see what they're made of.
And I think the easy thing right now is for us to discuss how the home crowd can help them, carry them along. Bottom line, though, they've got to make plays to get the crowd back into it, to help them with the rest of their game. That means best players got to make those big-time plays right now. They need them in a big way.
They fought so hard to be here at home for the conference championship game. See if they can propel themselves to the Super Bowl. Checks this down to Edwards out of the backfield. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's second down. Jackson trying to hustle his unit up quickly to the line of scrimmage. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, and it's 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
To throw again is Jackson.
He's got his target. That's complete.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Jackson on first down.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. Tucker's kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal. Not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
On the return is Xavier Gibson.
So we come upon halftime in the AFC title. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation to kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl.
And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. On play action, Rodgers.
He's got this to Williams, complete.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. On play action, now Rodgers. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Zerline's kick is up and through.
And that will extend their lead here to 17-6.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Throwing is Jackson. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Dumps it off to Edwards. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Flush to his right.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season, and that run puts him over 500 yards in the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw is on target to Likely.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Edwards now on 1st and 10.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Edwards again on 2nd down.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
And now hang on here. Looks like we have an injured player. Yeah, Mark Andrews is in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
Jackson. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone.
And unable to connect. Incomplete.
I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game.
So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And New York set to take the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out. Yeah,
absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
On play action, it's Rodgers.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
Pass to Lazard, bringing it in on the crossing route.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the 4th quarter, this possession gigantic. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Once more, Edwards.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Gus Edwards
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Ravens have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted to tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. When you talk to these guys in training camp, these are the moments they say they live for. You're in a playoff game. It's tied, 4th quarter. Time for somebody to step up.
And can you execute under pressure? Because the pressure is intense right now. No one wants to be responsible for making the error that costs their team. But at the same time, who's going to be responsible for making the play that gives the advantage to your team? Who's going to break out? Just what you said.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Rodgers.
This one finds Wilson downfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. To throw is Rodgers. And this is caught by Williams. Touchdown, Jets.
Mike Williams.
34 yards.
And the Jets answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Zay Flowers and the Raven offense back onto the field.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Throwing, Jackson.
Over the middle of the backfield.
I'm starting to wonder here, are they trying to prevent winning? Because right now, they're laying back and they're picking them apart and moving the ball downfield. I think they got to start bringing a little pressure towards the quarterback.
Here's 1st down. Jackson to throw.
A short throw caught by Andrews. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Jackson.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
Jackson.
They'll get this to Edwards out of the backfield. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here's Jackson.
To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down.
Super Bowl aspirations on the line. A critical one here. It's third down. Now Jackson.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down.
Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets have just about sewn up this football game.
Well, you can see what they were trying to do. Just send those guys out there to make a play, but that is a costly interception.
Yeah, that's kind of like the backyard. Everybody go deep, and let's see if we can find someone. 4 verticals in the route. Any other time of the game, I love the call. But here, you're not going to hold safeties, you're not going to hold corners with any looks because they know what the situation is, ends up throwing the interception.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. If you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag. And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Rodgers looking to throw. Williams brings it in. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And with this win and an AFC championship, they have reached the most hallowed ground in all of sports.
That means they are the best in their conference. What an incredible feeling for this team to go through the entire season and come out on top and now go to the Super Bowl for the right to be called world champion.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, will see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.